This video is for everyone who loves a DIY transformation, but only in one part. That was the sunroom in our backyard, and everything around it was overgrown, so I started by just cutting out as much as I possibly could. Though that was a transformation of its own, I decided to focus on the sunroom. The wood was rotting because of vines, the steps had been falling apart for years, and it really needed an overhaul. I knew it would need something a little more heavy duty, so I got out my Wagner paint eater to go at these vine things. It has a really hard brush, so I knew it would chip off any of the old paint and get off everything and make it nice and smooth. They didn't stand a chance, and slowly but surely I went one panel at a time until the front of it was smooth. Then it was time for the stairs. I always try to repurpose or refinish instead of buying new just because it saves money, and why not? If it works, might as well do it. Because there was still some moisture in this wood, some things wouldn't come off with the paint eater, but they did come off with the scraper. So I went one place at a time and scraped off as much of the larger pieces of paint as I could to give it the best surface for the new paint. I spent a few minutes making sure the stairs were supported and structurally sound, but then it was time to prep for paint. I really wanted the edge of the windows to have a clean line, so I put one piece of masking tape over all the edges first and then went back over it with plastic and some more tape. I covered the back door, the security cameras, the power boxes, and the rest of the windows. Everything was now masked off and it's time for paint. I was really excited to use my new Wagner Control Pro 170. I've been a fan of Wagner paint sprayers for a long time. I've used the 130 for probably 100 different projects, but this one doesn't have a tank, so you can just dip the hose into the bucket and go from there. One question we frequently get is if buying a paint sprayer is worth it, and I would say 100% yes. It's definitely a matter of preference, but I really enjoy the finished results of using a paint sprayer as opposed to anything else. I love how spraying gets into every nook and cranny instead of having to get out a brush to get into tight spots. It definitely requires more prep work, but overall I always feel like I'm saving time by using one. It only took me about 15 or 20 minutes to paint the entire sunroom, and then it was time to peel off and leave those satisfying clean lines. We are happy to have this sunroom refinished and looking so much better, and let me remind you, this is what it looked like in the morning. If you like anything DIY or home projects, make sure to follow our page because we have tons more coming.